So, Derek, what did you think of Gordon Brown's speech?
Well, I think it's been described as a real Labour speech by a real Labour Prime Minister, but of course in that speech there were a number of interesting measures and two very important points. That there got to be an end to the unbridled freedom of the market just by market forces without any regulation, but there's no detail on that. And of course he also mentioned ending the dictatorship of oil, by which he's pointing at the way in which oil prices have been jacked up, and it's affected food, it's affected electricity and gas and a whole range of commodities that's causing people anguish as to whether they're going to be able to heat the homes or eat food. Now, those themselves don't help at all, and we'll be the first to argue. We did for a windfall tax. We are arguing about putting a cap on utility prices. These things are the real things that people would identify, but we can't ignore the underlying need to change the fundamentals, which is what Gordon referred to in his speech. So nobody pretends that fine words change a thing, and one speech clearly is not going to reverse his or Labour's fortunes. But it does have an indication that he's beginning to recognise that he has to address the problems of ordinary people. And if there's been a criticism of this government, it's been that it appears to be too business friendly, irrespective of the consequence to ordinary folk. Now, there are signs now, perhaps almost in desperation, but I actually believe that Gordon is a genuine person, does recognise these things, and that the stress he's been under is partly by the old Blairite group trying to drag us back to those failed policies, the ones that's lost 4 to 5 million votes, the ones that decimated the membership of the Labour Party. And I think he's been held back. He has a chance off this conference with that speech to move forward on a positive Labour agenda. I think that if translated into policies in the next 12 months, will change the course of the next general election.